Jeffrey, are you having fun with your llama? Say hi, everybody. Say hello. Hey guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube. Hey guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube, and I'm so excited for today's video because I am doing a collaboration with my amazing friend Angie from 4F Beauty, and we are doing a collaboration using both the Bloodlust palette and the Alien palette from Jeffree Star. So we're using this baby and we're using this baby. So as you guys know, I've been doing a series on my channel where I use two of the I used the Bloodlust along with another one of Jeffree Star's palettes to create a look, and I asked her if she would join me in this installment of the series, and she said yes. So I'm so excited. So we are going to, there's no rules, we can use whatever shades we want, we just have to use shades from both palettes. So that is what we're going to do today. So I'm going to use my Anastasia eyeshadow primer today because I haven't used it in a little while, and it's one of my favorites. So I'm just gonna blend that out. So Angie is amazing. She has wonderful things that she does on her channel. She's doing a crystal series right now on her channel, and she does photo inspiration collaboration, which she herself started, and I'm in the Bitches of Eastwick with both her and Nona, who I also love, together, and we do lots of collaborations. She's in a couple different collab groups. We both did Collabination together. I'm sure you guys know who Angie is, but I'm going to link her channel below. She's also a teaching channel, so she goes, you know, at a pace that everyone can keep up with and stick to, no matter whether you're really advanced with makeup or just a beginner. So definitely please go check her out, let her know that I sent you, and show her some love because she's awesome. So one of the shades that I knew that I wanted to use when I was going to combine these two palettes is Area 51, this one right here, because this is the only shade of purple that I feel like the other palette, the Bloodlust palette, is lacking. So I knew that I wanted to use that shade because it's gorgeous. And so I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to use that on my outer V area. And I personally like this purple. I've heard some people say they didn't love it, but I think it's a pretty good deep purple, like a royal purple. It can be a little bit patchy, but for the most part, I really like it. I cannot wait to see what Angie creates, because literally she could create anything she wants, because like I said, there are no rules. So I'm super excited to see what she's gonna do. Let me know down below if you guys own both of these palettes and which one do you prefer. I love the Alien palette, however I don't use it as much as I thought I would, and that's only because the eyeshadows, the shimmery ones in this palette, really burn my eyes if I'm not careful. Especially on the lower lash line, they really burn my eyes. So I have to be really careful with it. And I feel like that kind of limits me sometimes. And otherwise, I feel like I would use this palette all the time because I love green eyeshadows. And I just think there are so many beautiful different tones in this palette. So yeah, I think I would use it more if it weren't for that fact. My first video ever with this palette, you can see my eyes watering like crazy. What's funny is this shade is not as bright on the eyes as it is in the pan. And for some reason, I remembered it being a little bit brighter, but I guess I was wrong, which is kind of weird. For some reason, I remembered it being like a really vibrant, I don't know, it's strange, but whatever. It's still beautiful, and it's still the perfect shade, I think, for the outer V. So I'm just taking my brush and I'm just going to kind of blend out that edge. And when I really want to diffuse a color, I hold my brush down a little bit lower, so that, because the higher up you hold your brush, the more pigmented it's going to be and the more concentrated. If you want to diffuse it, you can always hold the brush up higher on the handle. I know that's a weird tip coming from somebody who doesn't do as much blending as most people, but I do some blending. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to the Bloodlust palette, and I want to go in with blue. Do I want to go with Blood Queen? I want to go in with either Blood Queen or Vivid Mood. I think I'm going to go in with Blood Queen to start with. So I'm just going to take that on the same brush. This palette is difficult to decide where to put. Okay, there we go. I think that'll stay put. And I'm just going to take that and I'm going to run it along the outer edge of that deeper purple, which is nice because I think it will brighten it up a little bit. Yeah, I love that. That is, I'm telling you, Blood Queen is probably my favorite matte shade in the Bloodlust palette. It is gorgeous. I am so... I originally was not going to get the Extreme Frost in the shade Choking on Ice because I was like, I'd convinced myself that I didn't need it because I have the other shades and I didn't need another, you know, $50 highlighter. And now I really want it, and it's not in stock. And I mean, I know he's not shipping anyhow at the moment. Like, Jeffree Star Cosmetics has put all orders on hold for now. But when, you know, they reopen, I hope they restock it because I'd really like to buy it. He restocked it for a brief moment a few weeks ago, except they didn't tell anybody they were doing that, so I had no clue and I missed out again. So not good, but I don't know. I'm looking for my glitter glue and I have no idea what I've done with it. Let me go grab it and I'll be right back. Okay, of course it was right in front of me. So this is my NYX glitter glue. I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand. I also I went ahead and put on this while I was off camera, the Blue Lotus Brightening Serum. I've been really liking it. And I like putting it on as well, like right before I put on my face makeup. So, all right, I'm gonna grab a flat shader brush. And then I'm gonna just pick it up with the brush and put that all over my lid. I find that even though I used to always put it on with my finger, I've discovered that if I put it on with a brush, it makes my eyelids less crinkly. Like, I feel like sometimes when I go in with it on my finger, it has a lot on my finger and then I end up packing it all on my lid. And then when I do that, it makes my eyeshadows like creasy. It's kind of weird. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with Pink Magic, which is my favorite shimmer shade in the palette. It's this beautiful metallic pinky purple. And I'm actually gonna pack it on with my finger. Oh yeah. You can definitely use a brush with these, but I just feel like a finger makes it way more metallic. I wish the shade showed up on camera as it does in person. And then after this shade, we're going to pop back into the Alien palette. It is the weekend when I'm filming this, and it is a pretty relaxing weekend. pretty relaxing. Just watch some movies, video chatted with Debbie, and hanging out with my hubby. I did a live stream with Debbie on Friday. That was really fun. Okay, I'm going to go into her. See, if it showed up on camera the way it does in person, then I would use UFO, because I feel like on camera this is so light, but it's really like a deeper, well, I'm going to use UFO anyway. We'll see how it looks. This is the shade from the palette, just because I think that it will look cool. For some reason, I don't have any crazy beauty lights or anything like that, but for some reason, it still looks good. For some reason, it always stuff looks lighter on camera and a little bit more, like, especially if it's blinding or shifty, it always looks a little bit washed out on camera compared to what it looks like in person. And it drives me crazy. Because like I said, I don't have any beauty lights, you know, any crazy bright beauty lights or anything like that. But for some reason, it still washes it out. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do my base and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've done my base, but not my bronzer and blush and stuff like that, because we're going to do the under eyes first. So I'm using the shade Flying Saucer, which is this beautiful green shade. And I'm just going to put that on the outer portion. And I used Prance from ColourPop, which is just a baby blue, because I figured that that would be pretty and it would open up the eyes. So I really cannot wait to see what Angie uses. What shades. She was like, so what are the rules? And I was like, no rules, just play with it. Just do whatever you want. I started this series just because I thought it would be fun to show people how his palettes can work with each other. So I thought that would be fun. And so far, I've come up with some pretty cool looks and color combinations. So I'm going to go into Vile Serpent, which is the only blue shade from, or bluish green shade from the other palette, the Bloodlust. These two together look almost identical, but I'm just going to go over top of the first one and just kind of bring it all the way across. I don't know what it is, but I love the combination of greens and purples. Like, especially when you do one on the upper and then one on the lower lash line. I just love it. Okay. Just gonna get rid of any fallout. I'm gonna wipe off my pencil brush. And then I'm gonna take Wet Jewel. And I'm gonna put that in the inner corner. It's just the very lightest pink in the Bloodlust palette. So we've used 1, 2, 3 shades from the Alien, and then we used 1, 2, 3, 4 shades from the Bloodlust. All right, let me go do my bronzer and my blush and my mascara, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to go into my Bitterly's Beauty Highlighter palette, and I'm going to use my favorite shade, which is Pastel Pucker, and it's, wait till you see me put it on. It's gorgeous. It's the most beautiful highlighter, well, one of the most beautiful highlighters I've ever used. Look at that. And I literally dipped in the tiniest amount, not putting any more on the brush. Now I'm dipping in again just a little bit. Whew. Like, you have to be really careful, because on my live stream I used this and I was glowing. Like, people were like, whoa, like it's insane. It's insane. but it doesn't look insane. Like in person, like, yes, it's very glowy, but it's not to the point where it looks crazy, if that makes sense. Like, it still looks really pretty. I'm just, you know, tapping that in. Okay, so for my lips, I want to use a lipstick from MAC, and I always wipe off my lipsticks if I haven't used them in a while, just because you never know. And I'm gonna use my Wicked lip liner from Urban Decay. I need to find my sharpener. I mean, this is sharpened, but I have a few eyeliners that I haven't been using lately because they're not sharpened. Okay. Debbie got me into using a lip liner every time I do my lips. And yeah, it still smells good. This is an older lipstick from MAC. It's called Fun Bathing instead of Sunbathing. It looks like it would be really dark, but it's just a really pretty, like, little sparkly moment. And then I'm going to use Iridescent Throne from Jeffree Star from the Bloodlust collection. I love using lip liner, lipstick, and lip gloss together. I just think it's really pretty. Okay, so this is my finished look with the Jeffree Star Bloodlust palette and the Alien palette. I think that this is a really pretty combination. I think the two palettes complement each other really, really well. And I definitely think that you can see, once I put my base on and everything, you can see the pink magic shade. Pink Magic, is that what it's called? Yes, Pink Magic, a little bit better. But it's definitely more impactful in person. So let me know what you guys think down below. This shirt picks up every single speck of powder that I put on my face that fell off. Like, oh, I can't stand it when I have a shirt like that. But let me know what you think down below. Let me know what you think about these two palettes. Do you own them? Do you use them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Please go check out Angie's video. Let her know that I sent you. Show her some love and subscribe to her channel. You guys will absolutely love her. She has some great, like I said, series on her channel. She does a lot of collaborations. She introduced me to a lot of amazing people over the years, and I'm so lucky to have her as a friend. So stay safe, guys, and I love you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.